Hi everyone, it's Andy Byford here. Well, a lot has happened since I last spoke to you. For starters, the MTA has a new chair and CEO. I'm really pleased to announce, if you haven't heard already, that Pat Foy, formerly the president of the MTA, was confirmed by the governor and the legislature as our new chair and CEO. So I think that's fantastic news for New York City Transit. Pat is a big fan of our Fast Forward plan and very supportive of what we're doing. Now, of course, the other big news is that the budget successfully passed up in Albany. And more specifically, the congestion pricing element, the central business tolling, which will generate money for the MTA and for our Fast Forward plan, successfully got voted in. So as Chair Foy said, we went overnight from having zero capital dollars assigned to our 2020 to 2024 capital budget. Overnight we went from zero to $30 billion, within striking range of being fully funded for our next capital plan. That's fantastic news, and kudos to all of you that were involved. So what does that mean for us and what happens now? Well, one of the conditions, part of the vote for that congestion pricing and for passing the MTA's budget, was that there does need to be whole-scale reform of the MTA, and we've got to rebuild our trust with the public and rebuild our trust with stakeholders, who are taking a political risk at the end of the day in passing legislation that won't be universally popular. Not everyone wants to pay for driving a car into Manhattan. So in saluting the legislators for their courage, we now have to fulfill our part of the bargain. And what that means is we have to show that we're worthy of this huge influx of capital funding, both by reforming, and I welcome that. I know that we can be more streamlined, more efficient, but also by progressively delivering on our promises and delivering ever better performance across the whole spectrum of what we do. So for that reason, it's great to be able to report further improvements in our operating performance. We're now up to over 78% on-time performance, which is pretty remarkable when just over a year ago we were around 58%, a 20% improvement. The 7 line has jumped 35% in on-time performance now that we've got end-to-end CBTC signalling. And nearly all of the customer-facing indicators on subways and associated customer satisfaction indices have improved. Buses are showing record mean distance between failure or reliability of our bus fleet, and we continue to make progress in improving the accessibility of our network, not only in progressing, putting in elevators at a number of stations, but also in keeping elevators that are working and keeping them clean. So I'm really pleased about that. In sharing that good news with the media, we did one other thing differently, and I'm going to make that the norm going forward. We made sure to have frontline staff with us, so from across the company, people working in stations and maintenance and trains. We had them share that good subway news. We'll do the same for buses in coming months. It was really important to me, and if you saw the conference, you'll have heard me say it, that I'm really proud of the 50,000 men and women of transit. It's you that are delivering these improvements. We have a plan to do it, but you're the ones out there on the front line. You're the ones out there dealing with the customers every day, dealing with adverse weather, dealing with operating incidents, mending things, fixing things, unblocking drains, doing everything that it takes to run a punctual subway and to keep our system moving on the buses and the other things that we do. And it's because of people across the network and across the system that we are turning the corner, and that we will prove worthy of the faith that the legislators put in us in giving us a record budget for the next 5 years. So great job everyone, keep up the great work, keep focused on those basics, stay safe, and hopefully I'll have some more good news for you next time I see you. Thank you.